He is a media personality, a radio presenter, a voiceover artist, an actor. Let me catch my breath because he's so many things. And also a previous member of the dreadlock community, just like me, formerly in the dreadlock community. Guys, let's welcome Odhiambo.
Hello, ladies.
Karibu.
Asante,
Did you buy this jacket just for the show because it looks really new?
I buy clothes every day.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Okay.
Must be nice.
Must be lovely.
Money's no problem.
Your DMs, Dada.
Especially people called Wamboi, Wangoi, and the rest. Slide into the DMs.
So those guys, I mean,
So that half of the table.
I was just throwing it in. So for our viewers who might not know us, who might be living under a rock or something, you could just introduce yourself, please.
My name is Odhiambo. I'm a radio presenter. I work at Radio Maisha. My show is called Papa Nick from 7 to 10 p.m. It's Rumba. Do any of you know about Rumba music?
Honestly, can I tell you something? I know this is not good, but I can't stand rumba.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the same way I can't stand country music.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well,
Fair. Oh my God, I love country.
Oh, your voice is good for it.
Yeah.
I can't stand jazz.
It happens.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about, how it started, because especially with media, people either feel like you knew someone or something like that, but how did you get to
You had
it
an
where
in
you are?
already.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. If you have a passion for something, I always tell people just go for it. Just talk to whoever you need to talk to and prove that you can do it. From when I was like maybe 16, 17, I have a cousin who's a radio presenter. I used to listen to Jimmy Gathu and all those other guys, and I said, one day, I'll also be in the radio playing my favorite songs every day. And look, my dream came true.
So you just
Group
applied.
hug. No, I used to do some random jobs, and then one day I was relieved of my duties. Regular English, I got fired. And then I had an advert on the radio that's saying they're looking for someone with a nice voice, a bubbly personality, to come and work for this radio station. Can I say the name? No? Okay, so...
You know how it goes.
I figured if maybe 10,000 people are listening to this radio station and they all take like a voice demo, they could get to the third one, it's okay. The 10th one is better than the third one. Then the 15th one, they're like, I think this is the one. And then mine is 16. So I said, no, I'm not going that way. What? I will call and insist until I'm given a job. In fact, the guy who speak to was called James Njoroge. So I met him the first time. He asked me questions. And he asked me one of those questions I ask at all interviews. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I asked him, is there a HR class where people are told, today we're going to learn the things to ask at interviews? Yes, you at the back. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Perfect.
So I told him, in 5 years, I'll be seated where you are seated, James. And guess what I'll be asking?
To some other young man who wants the job.
So every week I'd call him up. I'd be like, hey, James, I don't have a suit. And I'm not sure if you're going to call me tomorrow or the day after. But the owner is really... He needs his suit back. He's like, no, we'll get back to you. The next week, at the same time, if I call you at 4:33 on Wednesday, next week 4:33 on Wednesday, same time, for like 2, 3, 4 weeks, after a month, told me, okay, sir, you don't need to wear the suit. Just come the way you are.
There you have
And
it.
the rest?
Yes, but let's actually talk a little bit about your history, because, it's heard it through the grapevine that you've actually spent a lot of time out of the country. You have sort of a very, creative background kind of thing. How did that shape who you are as a person? Because, they were looking for someone bubbly, and here you are.
My dad used to be a diplomat, so he worked in various countries, and then the schooling system, depending on who or where you go to, they really encourage you to, open up. And so when I was a kid, I learned how to imitate people, the neighbor, my dad, the teachers and stuff.
I'm sure they appreciated that.
Yeah, I used to really scare people. So my mom and dad would always just, do it, show us. Show auntie, show uncle, whoever came into the house. So with time, you just gain confidence, and then you know that it's really not that hard.
People
A
encourage
lot of people
you.
fear doing stuff. But if you just take that one step, you realize, wow, it's
not that
Not as bad as I thought.
difficult.
Yeah.
So you're a voiceover artist.
Yes.
How did that come to be? How did that come to be?
So there's voiceover like for doing adverts, and then there's voiceover like the imitations and stuff. So like I said, when I was a kid, I used to imitate people. Like I think the first person I did was my dad and Michael Jackson. I can't do Michael now because I have a broken voice.
Shame.
Yeah, so it's my dad, then the teachers, and then one thing led to another. So every so often, if there's a new character that stood out, that's what I'd do to entertain my friends. And then one thing led to another, and then I got this job, and then you get another job, and then you have so many jobs, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Now that we talk about imitation, please,
Someone we know, please.
Yeah, that's everyone's favorite. Folks, we're right here with these beautiful ladies.
He's
Sit
here right
back, relax, and enjoy the view. What a day, what a show, what beautiful ladies. Oh my.
how?
Yes.
How?
Oh, I've done that for like 10 years. The first day I did it, my friends are looking at me like,
Like,
no,
And
stick
10
to
years
something
later.
else. Yeah.
oh my God.
That's hilarious. You also do some snippets where you you voice over like I can say Nigeria.
I know you want me to sound like Donald Trump. I really nice, so you're at the White House sometime, but you're here in Ebru TV. I'm
That's
so
your
proud of
I'm
you.
uncomfortable
I'm
sitting
proud
at
of
the
you.
table
I'm
with
proud
the
of
national.
Say hi to
You
Melania.
also American girl. I'm uncomfortable now.
You do like the voiceover, like you do something funny when it's like Nat Geo animals, and then
My
you do
favorite
something
thing.
on top.
With
I love
Snoop
those,
Dogg,
which
my
is
favorite thing,
hilarious.
those types.
I don't know. Can you do something?
Sir David Attenborough. Ooh, I'd have to think of something.
Oh, he's the Nat Geo guy.
Yeah.
He's now like 95.
He's a million years old.
Tonight on Ebru TV, we're here with some beautiful ladies who've got lots of makeup in order for them to attract a mate. It's something that they've practiced for many years, and we hope that in the near future they might get a spouse. Nat Geo, I'm Sir David Attenborough.
Have you ever considered, whenever I meet someone with an amazing voice like yours, I always like, you should consider recording ringtones like, good morning, beautiful.
You always say
have
that.
a text message. Have you ever considered
Yeah, I
something
did
like
that
that?
back in the day. I do schizotones as well.
Wow.
So
So many references.
Now I'm going to buy
your life.
we try. I know that's, look at the central part of Kenya, of this table is really interested in revenue streams.
I am offended on behalf of my people.
You don't have a skiza tune? You have a skiza tune?
I do. No,
Oh,
I
you
don't.
do?
You do?
Yeah, she does.
She's a singer.
A question. Let's be honest. As much as there's persistence and there's all these other things, there's what it takes to be where you've been. And I know there's plenty of people who maybe aspire to be like you. What would you say are like maybe let's say 3 things that you feel someone needs to make it in this entertainment industry?
First, you have to have a dream and a vision. Once you have that, take one step towards it. And the third one is persistence. It's like when a guy once, like all of you are really pretty. How many guys hit on you? I like to use that example.
Thank you.
The
Several.
guy, the guy who persists is the one who's, you're like, he's ugly, he's broke, but let's give him a chance.
He has
You
goals.
get?
Yeah.
So you persist. Either they'll shut you out, or they'll see your potential, or they'll give you a chance so that they can get rid of you. But once you're in,
You're in.
You're in.
Yeah.
you're
at
in.
least.
Yeah.
They
at
can
least
kick you out, but you already started, then you can go to the next place. But a lot of people try once, then they're like, maybe I'm just meant to be a carpenter. No. Go for your dreams.
I know. And I
And there's
actually,
no difference between me and you.
yeah.
The difference is me. I went for it. Now you're at home entertaining your family, and then now you'll go and sleep, and then
And then
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the main problems with our generation right now. People just want things so easy. Like you go for one audition, like you're saying, and you get rejected, and you're like, okay, I guess it's just not for me,
Yeah.
And it's like, go
you know,
again.
like I kept on going to all radio stations every weekend for like 6 years. They'd have like a VO thing, you go, you try. Back I'd go and leave, I'd be like, ooh, now I'll take like 2 months off from this. Let's call this annual leave.
And you will be.
From the job you don't have.
Then you come back, you try until the day they tell you this is your. In fact, the day I kept on hearing the guy like, you're lying. You're lying. For like a whole month, I couldn't believe. Then now it's been what, 13 years now?
Imagine.
But do you think things have changed? Because I feel like it's more competitive. People are seeing that being a host or a radio or talk show host is more lucrative now.
Yeah.
So because there's more competition, do you think the climate has changed in how you go about getting a job?
In fact, night should be easier. You get back in the day, there's no Instagram, there's no Facebook, there's no WhatsApp. You just went, you knocked the door, you swallowed your fears and approached it. Now you can do things online, and people are like, so-and-so, and you gain some traction, then you get a job.
Yeah.
You see, so now at least there's the internet.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, only 50 million people. There are countries where there's hundreds of millions,
Yeah.
and people still make it. So,
Yeah.
Somebody has to
Yeah.
make
and
it.
people get sick every day, people die every day, people resign every day. there's always going to be a job.
It's true. But it's like how the job you got the other day, which you sent your WhatsApp video. Imagine you wouldn't have that opportunity to do that in another time. Like now you can just be in your house and you've auditioned.
It's true.
It's fantastic.
Imagine
right?
back in the day, you send your CV, and then at the post office, this guy's having coffee, zagging with the boss. They, on your CV, then they're like,
opens it
then they
2
throw it,
minutes later.
and
Yeah.
you're waiting to be called for a job.
Yeah.
See now, someone will DM and say, come tomorrow.
You know?
Yeah. Aside, you know, all the hats which we have really mentioned, you also do have a personal life, and one of your titles is Papa. Tell us how that has been for you.
Papa Nick, I'm a...
Father.
Father. Daddy.
Not daddy, not daddy.
Daddy.
Biological father.
Daddy. Yeah, I've got a daughter. Her name is Amari. She's 8. The love of my life. She just makes me happy. When I look at her, everything is worth it outside here. The hard work.
So how has that changed you as a man?
Whenever you feel like giving up, you always remember her. You know, you might be broke or things are not going really well out there, maybe relationships, work, pressure and everything.
Yeah.
When they say, Daddy, I want a new bicycle. You just have to figure out how it's going to come, you know what I mean?
So she's still, I mean, 8 is a bit young, but still she's a cognitive human being. Does she ever like hear your voice in an advert or something, get excited? Can she recognize you yet?
Yeah, she listens to me all the time. Sometimes she even imitates me, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's...
Would you want a career for her in
warms you.
media?
I'd like her to do whatever makes her happy. Like, if it's through media that she gets to her dream, because me, I'm one of those people who believe in you only live once, so do what you need to do. If it's something that makes you happy and you want to do it, do it. Even if it's for 3 weeks and you get that satisfaction, go for it.
Yeah. I always tell my kids, you can be anything except a DJ. Besides that.
Now you're talking about DJ. What about these girls who
just
spend their
wait.
whole time just showing their...
But they're getting
paid. Yeah.
Why do people get paid to show their behinds?
Because you're looking.
because of heterosexual men.
Exactly.
Unless
And
there's
we're
like a
talking
new
about them.
ointment that helps people fill up their back pockets, then I don't see why.
You never know.
People are like,
People are making money in
especially
wild
like
ways.
well, the way it seems to be, there's definitely a demand for it, especially from the male side, to see all of that, because who's double tapping?
I guess because people are not going to the bus stops
It's
like we used to
happened.
back in the day. Back in the day, just go to the bus stop and watch. Yeah, but now we've got Instagram.
Yeah. If you,
Have I told you you've got such amazing eyes? You remind me of me.
One boy meets Odhiambo. Meet Odhiambo.
So now there's not even a need for DMs anymore.
A match made on Ebru. I have a dream. I have a
Like
dream,
you told
and you're
us,
in it.
persistent.
You just wait. You just wait. We're having a perfect
how would you say you would categorize this year, like 2019? You know, I would really categorize it like, you know, what 10 years this 1 year has been for me. How would you say your year has been?
I think every day has its ups and downs. It's how you pick yourself up at the end of the day. You reflect how the day was. You know, once the day has passed, there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
You just look forward to tomorrow. Like me, I'm a guy who lives, I live today to the fullest. Like it's my last.
Really?
Then tomorrow will take care of itself.
That's a really good attitude. But I hope, you know, with spending money, we got to leave something for tomorrow. We don't leave.
Yeah, you'll say, but you know, today is today. Eh?
Yeah.
You could leave 100 million, then tomorrow your kids' mama, they just chop it like then Nigerian music video. They're just chopping it.
Since you're just living life just day by day, there's that story about what led to you cutting your dreadlocks. Which is that a rumor? Is it true?
Which one have you had?
The one for
Multiple.
Heinz.
Just tell us your
For
truth.
Heinz.
Tell us your
Okay,
truth.
so I think it's the point where I was just being a man and just realizing, and you really want to hear that story?
Yeah,
Yes.
we do.
And this is a safe space.
Yeah.
So I met this girl. She's nice, everything. We went to a party on the way home. One thing led to another. Then she started avoiding me, and I'm like, I look for her. Then
After one encounter.
yeah, then the second encounter, third one,
Yeah,
fourth
okay.
one. Then you have that. You know the Kenyans have that silly HIV talk. Like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
Without
Are you
mentioning
sure?
what it is.
The big disease was a small name.
Yeah.
So one day after like 3 months, I looked for her again, and then one thing leads to another again. And then on the way home, she kept on talking to me, rubbing my back. Like, I'm like, hey, what's going on? It's like, she used to really hate men. I'm like, yeah, but now I'm here. Forget about those guys in the past. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm sick. Like, what do you mean you're sick? Are you depressed? Like,
Be sick. Do you have a cold?
you have a cold? I have a runny stomach. I'm like, no, I've got the big disease with a small name. I'm like, no. So
That changes things.
that day, I thought about my kid. I thought about my life. I was like, God, and yeah, here I've cocked up. If you give me this chance, I'll change my life completely. So I think I had a voice in my head, you know, when your conscience speaks to you, like, I want to change everything. So a few weeks later, that was April, end March, I got a job from my current boss. He offered me a job. I broke up with the girlfriend. Then everything kept on leading to something else. And so the one thing that was left
Was
to
the
be
question.
the new Nick was to rebrand. So I chopped them off. I said, me and girls, if I do not know your HIV status now,
Okay, but let me tell the thing about going for HIV tests. Like, even if you know you've not even slept with anyone, waiting for those results is like the hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
Your heart is just like, oh my God.
I never know
But-
what
and then
happened.
you become a really serious Christian. Then
Yes,
you're like,
yes.
good morning, I hope
You're
you're having a
saved,
good day.
baptized.
Uko na mtoto mrembo sana, hallelujah.
I know I've been a very bad Jew, but just this one time.
Jesus, I'm going to help all the poor people I see at Globe Roundabout, just make sure. Then you get your results, you're like, oh, back to your old self. But no, I'm not that, so.
I've got a compliment. I feel like it's a good look.
Yeah, I also. I
It's
I'm
a
like,
very
already
grown
taken,
look.
sweetie.
No, no. You can't share?
By all means.
babe, sharing is caring.
Yeah, I know, like,
But you can be first runners up.
no,
runners
no. You already know. If it's not number one,
then-
I don't want it.
yeah, no.
Okay, number one, Roman
cannot,
one.
They cannot co-girlfriend, unfortunately. No, they're not into
this
that.
table. What's a normal day for you like? I mean, especially on, I guess, social media sometimes makes someone seem like they have 82 hours a day. What's your average day like?
It depends. Sometimes Monday's like director's day off because I
Yeah.
normally have a hangover.
Yeah.
Thank you. So depending if I've got, like if XYZ is shooting, like on Tuesdays, I'd go for XYZ. That's where they do the Kev Joinange. If I've got voiceovers to do, like let's say for an ad or something, on that particular day, that's what I'll do. Then in between, I just have my best life. I could go pick my daughter, go and swim, or just go for lunch with a friend, or sit at home and listen to music and watch comedy. I like comedy very much.
Awesome.
This is the
And
greatest thing
speaking
about
of-
life in media.
And
right?
speaking of living your best life, now we have a segment of our own where we live our best lives and we play a little game. It's called Game Time.